So, hello and welcome everyone. I am Insane and get your popcorn ready, get your drinks ready, take a good seat and maybe put some cheesy jazz in the background or something like that, but just not something with the porn bass because that sounds bad. But yeah, this is probably going to be a long video. I'm trying to make it as short as possible, but it's probably not going to be short anyway. Yeah, Lugia Dialga or LD, and first of all, sorry Lugia if I'm saying Lugia wrong in English, but that is just how it's said in Finnish Pokemon. So yeah, she asked me some pretty good questions. And regarding the second one, I will send you, Lugia, a pack which might help in starting out with that. But before we go to that, let's first answer the first question, which was, what got you into creating hardstyle music in particular, if I remember anything? Which really got me thinking last evening and last night was that why did I actually start making hardstyle? I was hoping to make it a simple answer so I could just write it in a text and give it a stat, but I don't think it's possible because it's just a combination of things, I guess. And I mean, it's once again, it wasn't a thing like snap, yay, I'm going to make hardstyle. It just wasn't that kind of thing. It just kind of came by time, and I still don't do it only. So that pretty much tells. I mean, I do have a good hard connection to hardstyle, but it still isn't like I have to live for hardstyle. I have to. If I don't do hardstyle, I mean, if I do something else, I'm going to die about. Yeah. But anyways, first of all, the obvious reason probably is that I started to listen to hardstyle in like 2003 maybe, something like that, and at that time we didn't even have a broadband connection in home, so I didn't have the sort of connection to internet and music in internet to, to hear something new, but I had, well, let's go even more back in the future. In 2000 came Darude's Sandstorm, which is from the Finnish artist. So it was kind of a big thing. That is something that pretty much turned me, well, that and Scooters, How Much Is the Fish, those are the songs which pretty much turned me into, well, electronic music first of all. But in 2000, but yeah, we had just like what is it even called, dial-up connection at that time, so I didn't have any kind of connection to electronic music at that time, because the electronic music scene in Finland is like, let's say, it doesn't exist. I mean, there is this small, about let's say 1,000, maybe 2,000 people. That is really pretty much everyone, because when I've been in the clubs, that is the amount of people there is. Like in the hard, well, yeah, 2000, a couple of years ago when there were these huge hardcore names. Sorry, I can't remember them now, but they really are huge. There was like a couple of hundred people in it, and yeah, obviously there are people who listen to it in the other genres, but still it is non-existent pretty much compared to like rock, which is the biggest thing in Finland, or metal. But yeah, first of all, I started to listen to electronic music back then, and then in around 2003 I bought from the sale card, I bought Gary D trance and Gary D techno compilations, which, first of all, Gary D trance pretty much turned me into the overall harder genres. Like, it had DJ Kubrick's Strange Love, which is still one of those top 10 songs top 10 songs ever for me, which is something that turned me first of all into hard trance. But then it had, I didn't like this CD actually at first. This is something interesting. But the hard gravity techno, I guess it was gravity techno 6 or something like that. Well, the music really fits this thing. Yeah, the album, yeah, the triple album, I would say, is just full of hardstyle of that time, like 2003, 2004 maybe. I don't remember the year completely, but that is something that turned me into hardstyle, which, I mean, that was my first contact it. And then I got also bought it's either Toon Boy or Techno Boy's hardstyle compilation, which was more of this, even more what you remember it from 2003 maybe, like all of the bullet to the, well, what is it, here we go, strike again, stuff like that. Oh god, I have to change the song. So I started to listen to it back then, which sort of evolved partly into you wanted to make it, but the thing which really more or less launched it, I mean, already in 2006 maybe, 2007, I don't remember how old I was at that time, but when I had got 18 I played in Second Life actually. I used a DJ there and I wanted to make the hardstyle sets back then already, but I just didn't do music at that time actually. I just did DJing at that time and I did drawing back at that time. But then came, well, 2007 I started making it, the music, but 2008 and Frontliner Spacer was something, well, you can imagine the GIF image of the guy's head exploding. That is the sort of emotion I had about the kick in that one, because that is pretty much one of the, well, it still is one of the best kicks there is. And that is something that really, I was thinking like, man, how do they do it? How do they get this sort of, I mean, it's a combination of so many stuffs, the kick, so it was something amazing. Yeah, I just wondered how do you do it, and I wanted to do it, so that's what pretty much started me, I mean, turned me into making it. And then obviously the melodies, which are, I mean, today I would say that hardstyle is pretty much the almost only genre in there which actually has a melody, I mean, in electronic music, because like house today, even trance today, I can't say this for sure because I haven't listened to it that much lately, but the stuff I have heard is just this nonsense really. The same is with dubstep, the same is with, well, not that much, well, yeah, well, hardcore has shorter melodies, but hardstyle at this time is pretty much the only one that has this sort of really long melodies, which kind of makes the genre the classical music of 2000, because you get this sort of, for example, my 8-bit cards, which has like a, it's about a minute long melody line, which I like to do. It's just something amazing to make this sort of evolving line which goes like up and down and up and down and up and down and maybe even more higher up, and it just evolves and fluctuates and stuff like that. It's something that I just enjoy in music. That is the thing. And I mean, in 2008 hardstyle had already gotten melody. It wasn't the sort of rave music as they want to say it. It wasn't that anymore. So it was sort of, I'd say it was a logical change from what I did before. Because before, I mean, in 2007, the start of 2008, a bit in 2009 also, and 2010 maybe, I used to do hard trance. I mean, I started with hard trance because it was easiest probably to do. Well, also hard dance, which you, I mean, you will hear it. I will upload those extremely old songs, so you will hear what I did back then. But you can already at that time you can hear that I was into this melodic style. Because, yeah, I mean, I had grown up with not just hardstyle, but with well, those years of house, those years of trance being this sort of melodic style. Even the dance, I mean hard dance, whatever you would call it, German dance, like cascadas and stuff like that, they had these long melody lines which just disappeared everywhere else, while they remained in hardstyle, which I like. But yeah, the other reason is that hardstyle was and is and has always been the sort of genre where you can do pretty much anything as long as you have, well, like these days, as long as you have either the reverse bass there or then you have the new style kick, which kind of allows you to do almost anything you want with the genre. You can combine it with other genres like I do, well, I used to do, I still try to do, but I'm sorry I haven't done it as of late. I have to combine with 8-bit stuff. Yeah, you can combine it to, like, well, now it's a combination of pretty much hard trance and hardstyle is like, well, it evolved from hard trance, so yeah, but you can combine, like, you can even put house like some have done. You can put the dubstep in there if you want, that's okay. I mean, if there is the stock of people who say that, oh, why do you have the dubstep piece in there, or how, like, the guy, some people said in the remix of Nomiko's Bad Apple, some said that this is not even hardstyle anymore. Well, fuck you. I mean, it is hardstyle. It has the rules. I mean, it goes by the general basic line of hardstyle, so it is hardstyle. So yeah, it's just a shame that some people think that if hardstyle is hardstyle, it has to be 150 BPM, it just has the 4x4 beats and it has a melody. And then maybe some hard sounds in the beginning and some hard sounds in the end, which I don't think is the genre. I mean, this is going way off the question, but I don't care. I mean, when I started listening to the genre, it was like 6 minutes of just sometimes just kick being there and then some stuff coming and going and coming and going. There was like make plutonium voice make it loud. It was like this cool voice changing technique in there, and then we have stuff like Pavo and Sandy's Here We Go, where you have completely different style, and then you have some guys like Donkey Rollers who have again a completely different style, and then you have all of these. I mean, you just have these sort of things, and then you combine, and then you have the hard style. That is the thing. It's a style of hard dance. You just combine the different styles of hard dance music in the hard style, and that is it. It's just that these days the people want to try it with more styles. That is the thing. So I mean, this is why I don't like the guys who hate, like, I mean, this is why I don't like how they hate Showtek so much, because, well, yeah, now they have changed pretty much completely to hard trance, but that is their choice. But back then, even in 2009, when they got the album out, when they were pretty much doing, I mean, I'd say that they were just 3 years ahead of time, because these days, like, you get albums from, there's been album from Frontliner, from Controllers, who is this guy? Francesco Zeta, and then you have Headhunters albums. You have Zani is doing album. I'm not sure if Zatox is doing an album, but you have, like, all of these guys are doing albums. Oh yeah, even Datvikas is doing an album right now. I don't follow the scene, so maybe even more are doing them. But I mean, that is the way that stuff is going right now. But back in 2009, because Sotek was the first to do it, everyone was like, why do you do this? Why do you do so weak stuff? Why are you not making hard style? Wow. And now, like, this year again, when they are playing in some event, I don't remember what it is, like, everyone's, ah, boo, Sotek, that shit. Don't give a fuck. I mean, if they want to do their hard trance, let them do it. do that. I mean, that is their choice. That is what they want to do. Maybe someone says that they are just following the trends, but I don't think it's following a trend because I'd dare to say that hardstyle is like a bigger genre than the UK hard what is it even called? Hard tech, hard trance, not even hard trance. I don't know. Is it hard house? Something like that. I don't even know the name of that genre really. So I mean, it is not a bigger genre, so you can just say that yeah, they are following what is big at this time. Because if they were smart, I mean, if they wanted to follow if they didn't want to follow what they want to do, but instead they wanted to follow what was popular at the time, they would have stood with hardstyle. They would still be doing it, they just wouldn't like it. But yeah, let's get back to the question, I guess. The melodies were something that I liked. That is something I took from hard trance at that time. And yeah, I mean, I was thinking in 2007, 2008, I was thinking about should I continue, because I had done like the Scouse House thing, but I was thinking of should I continue with that, should I go with hardcore, should I go with hardstyle, or stick with hard trance, but I knew that hard trance was gone at that time pretty much, so there was no point in doing that. But yeah, Scouse House decided to turn into this dumb stuff of having the stupid lead sound in it, so I didn't like the genre at that time. So it was kind of natural thing to switch to hard style. Yeah, but then obviously the most important thing, we are again drifting away from the question, but the most important thing for me about the music is that I can push all of my emotions in it. I can just like, yeah, I know this sounds cheesy, but I can sort of like it is a way for me to pour all of the stuff I have inside of me into it. I mean, the melodies are something that I can pretty much feel them. That is the way I don't just hear them, I feel them. That is how I like to do the stuff. That is how I like the music. It is the thing that you can feel the artist's, I don't know, sadness, anger, hatred, melancholy, whatever it is. You can sort of hear it and feel it in the songs. That is what I want to do. And I felt that hardstyle, well, I mean, this is not probably it in 2008, when it was in hard trance at that time, but it is the sort of thing that this is the best platform for me to do it. Oh yeah, this is a good sound. Yeah, I'm using some Keegan songs in the background for now. But yeah, it was a great platform to do this sort of... just pour everything in it, that is the thing. So yeah, this is a bit of a part 2. I knew that I would forget something from what I said earlier today. One thing that I like in hardstyle, I mean what I like in making it is well, I guess it's some kind of a masochistic thing in me that I just want to push. I mean, I like how I have to push myself to the limit. I like how the stuff pushes my computer to the limit. Yeah, I mean, while I said in the thanks video that having the listeners pushes me forward, yes it does, but also the fact that I know that there is stuff that I can do still, I mean I can still do better, kind of drives me forward. And I mean I know still that the kick is not perfect, so I'm trying to perfect that, and that is pretty much the main power that is driving me, and that is the power that has been driving me through the last years, even though like last year I almost wanted to just quit making it completely because the kick just wasn't working out. I mean, if you remember the song like The Sandglass of the God, no, I didn't like the kick either in the end at least, but I mean I just had to deal with it because I didn't know how to make it better, so yeah. But now that it has gotten to the point where it is kind of, I can quickly, I mean not quickly, but solidly and easily, relatively easily make the kick, and so that it consistently sounds good. So I think at least until some point I have finally achieved that part. So now the next thing that I have to learn, which I haven't learned yet, is how to make all of those hard sounds you hear, because I have been trying to avoid them while doing the kick. But yeah, although I don't even know if I'm going to learn them, because like right now it seems like you don't even have to use them anymore. Well, have to. Yes, but yeah, I mean really it just really pushes me, it pushes my working style, it pushes like how I do stuff. Every little thing that I do, it just pushes it forward and forward, and I just want to try more and more and try out how the guys do some stuff, how they do some. Wow, I switched the D and T there, sorry. How they do all of those, well, different sounds maybe, and stuff like that. And well, yeah, one thing that I like in the genre is that the kick sort of is your trademark thing. There is the sort of, I mean, you can still recognize who is, let's say, headhunters, who is noise controllers, who is frontliner, just by, and who is Channy especially, and all of the other old names you would say. I mean, you can hear it from just about 4 beats. You can hear that is something that I like, and I hope that right now the same is the thing for my kick, and that is something where I'm trying to go. Will the kick be in hardstyle, or will it be, I mean, will the top moment be in hardcore? I don't know. I I don't know. But I guess that's about it. So on comes the second movie, which I took earlier today, and then we will cut back to this night scene. If I can work out how to make this thing to work. Yes, insane out for a while.